Hi everyone, this is Gail from Long Days Journal, and yes, Gail speaks. And now I've really dated myself, so you all know I'm old enough to figure out the reference to the famous actress Greta Garbo and the title of a movie about her that was called Garbo Talks. Anyway, this video or slideshow is about promises kept, or at least promises partially kept, in that one of my New Year's resolutions was to use up my existing ephemera and papers, and that's what this is all about. This is about making a junk journal out of junk mail envelopes, and full credit goes to Dawn from the book Vandal Shop, and she just did a beautiful job inspiring me, and I'm sure many others, to make this. So this is my simplified version, which is another one of my promises to you all, to kind of help those of you who are afraid to jump into this junk journal world appreciate that the process is totally easy, and if I can do it, anyone can do it. In any event, and I will at some point get around to actually filming a video as opposed to using just slide photos as I go along. But in this particular case, the process took place over a period of weeks, so the video would have been difficult. And unlike a lot of the YouTube folks that you follow, I do not have a webcam, and so every time I'm filming, I'm kind of trying to keep my phone or my iPad from falling on the floor. In any event, basically, this is about using existing materials. Those materials which you'll see on the slides consist of 6 envelopes, 2 what are referred to as A9 envelopes, or the equivalent. Those would be approximately the size of a normal greeting card, and it's probably helpful if those have straight edges to the part where the envelope seals, and you'll see why, because they kind of get glued together to make a folder, and if they're the pointy openings to the envelopes, or the triangle shape, that might not work as well. But again, it's about using up existing things that you have, so go with it if you don't have a straight edge envelope. You're also going to need 2 window envelopes of different sizes. One kind of what they call legal size, I guess, and one more of a letter size. And then 2 different size card envelopes, one perhaps small note card size and one little larger greeting card size. And then a set of coordinated papers. I used the same designs, Victoria Designs Vintage Ephemera Pack, which also was recommended by Dawn. And but again, if you have, and those are printables, so you know, once you pay to download that, you can use those again and again. And other materials, some type of ribbon and string to tie this whole little letter bundle up with, a distressing ink if desired. I use, but using vintage papers or old envelopes, you might not even require that. And finally, some old ephemera, collage papers that you've made yourself, and maybe a little bit of lace here or a little bit of ribbon there. In the meantime, the process is easy, and you know my theory, that you don't need me to tell you how to use glue and endorse a particular scissor or product. But, you know, if you want to get in touch with me and have a question about anything I've used, I'll be happy to answer that question. You know, some people like fabric glue. I happen to like these very hardy glue sticks. But, you know, I'm not going to be specific in that. So that's probably it, guys. pictures should be fairly clear in terms of how you lay the envelopes on to make this little folder and this envelope bundle, and then, fill it with some tags and fill it with some paper that you've distressed, so people will have writing paper. And I've also sewed in one signature, which was maybe about 10 pages, so 5 sheets of paper, and I used a simple, very, very simple